Welcome. I'm Beth Eldridge, PhD from Mindful Living, Learning, and Communication. And today I'm going to talk about facilitating circle groups. So circle groups is a format of connecting where people sit in a circle, as you can imagine. And it's been going on for hundreds of years. People do them for earth-based celebrations, in Buddhist circles, in Quaker circles, and women's groups, men's groups. The, the circle symbolizes the equality of the group, the fact that we all have inner wisdom to draw from, and that when we are connected to each other, and if you're spiritual, also to your divine source, then we can create these special times together that really bring out our wisdom and help us bond with each other and the general life force that flows through us. Now, it may seem like some of these just happen organically and go on magically doing well. And if you've been in a group like that, you've probably thought, wow, this is great. I want to do more of this. And maybe now you want to facilitate your own group. Or maybe you're already facilitating a group and want to learn more about how to make it run even more smoothly, how to make the most advantage out of this group. So some common problems that can happen are that when people are sitting in the silent space, their habit energies are flowing in their minds and keeping them from being present. Their habit energy could be a reaction to something that somebody said. It could be creating a story, creating some desire to say something related to what somebody else said. It could be kind of numbing out and not being present. So the general intention of that silent time is to take in what you're hearing, to listen deeply, and to find wisdom in it, or just to be with it. Now, if we have people who have these habit energies already in their minds that are taking the place of that presence, they might need some skill building to get there. So I would love to share with you some techniques from nonviolent communication. So first of all, we've all heard of empathy, right? But this is a very special brand of empathy that I can teach you that has multiple steps and takes some time to practice. So when I am sitting in the silence, I can either be empathizing with myself or empathizing with the speaker. So the first thing is maybe somebody says something and I notice something in me. I may notice a little tension in my shoulders. I may notice a little quickening of my heart or a sense of pressure on my shoulders. When we notice things at this immediate somatic level, it's really wonderful because it means we haven't necessarily created a story about it. So we can sit and just breathe into that and learn how to resource ourselves somatically, so that when we hear something that triggers us a little bit and our body has that shift, we tune in, we resource ourselves, and we come back to that peaceful state. Now, maybe you hear something and a judgment comes up, or a sense of being drawn towards or drawn away from what is said, or even the person that is saying it. So when we have the thoughts or feelings that are coming up, we can tap into those. And number one, stop any kind of storyline, do some thought stopping. Number two, sense into that emotion that's coming up or that judgment that's coming up. And consider, what need of ours does that connect to? So maybe I heard something and I had an aversion to it because I was thinking, well, when he's sharing about being irritated with his family, I'm kind of frustrated because I want to have a consideration for his family and care for his family. So my need for care and consideration comes up when I hear someone venting about their family. And instead of thinking he's a bad person, he shouldn't feel that, whatever that story is, I look within, say, wow, I really value a family where we all care about each other and we know people are going to screw up, and we have some grace for that. And that really matters for me. So I use that opportunity of listening, getting triggered, and knowing my needs to come deeper into myself. Remove that judgment about the other person. And if I'm ready to empathize with them, I can then say, what is it that they could be feeling and needing? And maybe, it's going to depend on their story, but maybe that person is so frustrated because they have a strong need for autonomy, and that family member is not responding to that need for autonomy. That family member is trying to take care of things in a way that doesn't respect this person's choice. So, they're frustrated and there's some need that they are trying to meet as they're sharing this. So I just showed you empathy in is taking care of my own emotions and finding out about what my own needs are and tending to my own somatic experience. And empathy out is listening underneath what that person is saying to what their deeper needs might be. In this moment, we don't know for sure if that's what their experience is. Depending on how your circle is run, there might be an opportunity afterwards to ask them, would you like to talk about that more? If you do want to ask them that, and they do want to talk, you can then ask, were you needing autonomy in that situation with your family? And see if that resonates for them. We never put our story onto somebody else, but we just try to understand what is that human experience that they're having in a way that helps connect us to them and to any other human that could be going through a similar experience. So that's one thing that can happen during the silence in a circle group. And when you help people in the group understand those choices and help them to make decisions that resonate with what they really need at the time, the silence in the circle can be more powerful than ever. So I want you to know that, pardon me, this can be a really great opportunity for people who want to lead circle groups to learn some of the skills, to learn some of the choices that can happen during all aspects of beginning the group, setting guidelines, coming together, having some kind of meditation or teaching, and then people sharing into the group and listening in a way that allows you to get the most profound effects. So if you're interested in doing a circle group and getting some support in how to lead it skillfully and with a consciousness that is equitable, that honors everybody, that allows all the really wonderful benefits of this to be available, the benefits of equality, the benefits of deep listening, of conscious mindful sharing. There's a whole bunch I could just say on mindful sharing, but I will hold that back until the class. Please join me for the upcoming class on how to facilitate a circle group. The first class is an introduction that anybody can come to. And then if you love it, then I would love for you to join us for the following series of classes afterwards. Please let me know if you'd love to do this. You can see the information on my website, mindfulnvc.com, or you can always message me directly, beth@mindfulnvc.com. And I hope you have a really wonderful day and that you've learned a little bit about all that is possible in this beautiful, simple form of circle groups. Thanks, and I hope to see you soon at a class.